That intro. What's the good, y'all? Welcome to Outside the Clutch, episode 60. Tonight's with Randy Foster, near and dear friend. I've had the pleasure of talking to him throughout the last, good Lord, I want to say like 4 years at least. Lots of jokes, lots of memories, lots of good advice back and forth. He's just a good guy overall in the industry. He's one of the ones that I would really say is a genuine good guy in the industry. So make sure you hang around for this one. There's going to be lots of talk about the industry, what people perceive as a snake recession. We're obviously talking some puzzle stuff tonight. You can't have Randy on and not talk puzzle, right? And we're going to be talking about things that we both feel are important in this industry and around this industry and how we're treating each other. Like I said, this is going to be a no miss. If you're missing it, make sure you catch the replay. If you listen to this, hey, then you're already a step in the right direction. Let's go ahead and jump into the people that are hanging out. Give some love to those that are here. Arvin, what's good, my dude? Arlington's coming up quick. I hope you're ready. 1776 Exotics. What's good? What's good? What up, fam bam? Mindy, love you, sis. The Serpent Smiths. What's going on? Thanks for checking in. Glad you came on to watch Randy. That hella heat coming in hot. Man, have you started yet? I need to know. I'm waiting for this. Really waiting for this podcast to come out and just kind of take a big, massive dump on my chest about how horrible I am at this process. Tom, that's fam bam too. Boom. That timeless morph fam. You know, I got nothing but love over there. Love the entire family. Really upset I didn't get to go see them at the show that was local to them here recently. Jamie, Rising Phoenix Reptiles. What's good? Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you. Pope County Pythons. What's good? What's good? Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you. Thank you all for coming in. As people continue to come in, hey, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this. Make sure you say hello. Make sure you hit that like button. And hey, if you're feeling in a giving mood tonight, I actually am going to do something. And a lot of people say this, but we all know that U.S. ARC came under attack again. They've been fighting in Florida. U.S. ARC Florida has been fighting in Florida, obviously. But we just had the Lacey Act amendments come up again, thanks to Florida and Marco Rubio. So one of the things that I want to do is the money that's generated over the next month from this podcast is going to go to U.S. ARC. So anyone that feels like contributing to such, I'm still going to make a donation either way. I don't really care. I think it's important. But if you want to be part of the fight and you already have a membership, you feel like contributing, hey, it's going to be for a good cause. Let's go ahead and jump into the love of those sponsors, because without them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. And, you know, everything's about husbandry. You can't be successful without the right husbandry. To have the right husbandry, you got to have the right tools. Here at Outside the Clutch, we're honored to be sponsored by VivTech. Are you ready for innovation? Tired of the same boring product that's been used for 30 years? Ready to give your reptiles and amphibians the UV they really deserve? Then look no farther than VivTech. Their 3-watt LED bulbs provide the UV rays your animals have been missing. With 3 bulbs to fit your pet's climate needs, plus a dimmable feature, it's the only bulbs we use for UV. And it's the only bulb with a 2-year warranty in the industry. Plus now you can monitor all your pet's husbandry from your phone 24/7 with their sensors, and even ship your customers' animals in their custom bags. So what are you waiting for? Go to VivTechProducts.com today, use code FCLUTCH0322 for 15% off, and provide your animals the best care they've ever had. And it's on that repeat, you know it. You do the right husbandry, you need the right bedding. There's only one bedding that we use here. Are you ready for the best coconut substrate in the game? Then you gotta get ReptiChip. First off, it's America's chip because it's veteran owned. Secondly, why wouldn't you want the best cocoa chip for your animals? Go to ReptiChip.com, use code FeelyChippin for 10% off up to 3 breeder blocks, or your entire order of Easy Hatch trays or any Redline Science equipment on the site. Limit 1 coupon per customer. or reach out to me as a representative in the El Paso area, and don't forget to join the Reptilution, where all profits go to helping those in need within the reptile community. Boom! Join the Reptilution. All right, and finally, Show Me Snakes. Mickey does a bang-up job. I'm loving his crew that he has going around the country, everything that he's doing. Hey, if you have not checked out a Show Me Snakes show, what the heck are you doing? They're a great time, great family event, environment. You just have a bang-up time. I personally, outside of like the NARBCs, I absolutely love the Show Me Snake shows. I just think they're a great time. I make so many friends. You meet so many people. It's a great way, especially if you're looking for a little bit smaller venue than everyone is. And people that are just starting out, that's a great way to get your step up and really feel if you're ready to vend at those bigger shows. So if you're in the area, hey, make sure you check out a Show Me Snake show. You can go to showmesnakes.com. This weekend, they got Janesville, Wisconsin, all the way up north. I wonder if it's still cold up there. Anyone up in Wisconsin? Let me know if it's cold. You got Gadsden, Alabama next weekend. I'm sorry. And then the first weekend of June, you got Springfield, Missouri, and Groveton, Georgia. So if you haven't checked out a show yet, hey, do me a favor. Let them know you heard about it on Outside the Clutch and go check them out. All right. We're going to jump into this. Randy's looking at his phone. He's getting bored. No, I'm just playing. What up, Lou? All right, we're going to get to this. We're going to give Mr. Randy Foster of Dark Cloud Reptiles some love. Give it up, y'all.
No, man. So,
come on, my dude.
I was looking at my phone because you know me, I'm kind of dumb when it comes to this. You already know how I got my camera set up. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get online and watch this and see actually how many people and who's in here, because I can't see. I can see comments. So, I mean, if you're watching, I have no clue other than if you put a comment down. But so I'll tell you what, really quick, start off. You did your sponsors. I'm going to do mine.
There you go. There you go.
Get it. Brewing. So, you know, they're actually just friends of mine. That's why I was up in LA. I took them some snakes. They love their animals. This is the coolest fucking thing ever. Okay. So they just got married. So there's hers. I do brew. And it says hers, and it's what Tori has. There's his, and it has Joe's. And what's really cool is there's an area they go to. She is the rock. He's the sunken ship. He's the wreck. And I mean, look at that. Isn't that freaking cool? Tell me that's not love. On the back of a beer can, yeah, they have the hearts with their initials and when they got married.
That's freaking outstanding, man. Like that's super clever. I freaking love that, actually. That's marketing on a whole new level.
But you know what? That was just for them. That was just for their wedding party and, you know, saps like me. But I just got to give a shout out to them because I love them. So they are my West Coast favorite people. You know who my East Coast favorite people are.
Right.
So, yeah. It's your show again.
Well, who's your central favorite people? That's what we really want to know.
You know what? I don't know. I'm not sure if I have any.
I'll change that after we get you dancing.
So, how'd you like that? How'd you like that one I put of me and you?
I was cracking up so hard.
Oh, I knew you would. So, okay. Just so everybody knows and the relationship with this man. First of all, you know, I didn't want to say anything to you, but then I was like, it might not work the way I have planned. Like, nothing does. But I was thinking throughout this whole thing, I was going to keep calling you the wrong name. It's like, all right, Mark. And in my head, I was like, he'll be like, John. I'm like, you know, 5 minutes later. So David, John, like, it would be funny, but I didn't want to tell you. Me, dude. Yeah. And I'm just like,
it wouldn't be insulting. You'd get me though. I'd be like, Come on, Randy.
Yeah.
Come on, Randy. I know you know it.
Everyone knows I'm kind of old and forgetful. But so for everyone out there, so I will say, as far as me and John, yeah, we talk here and there, and we've had long talks and depth talks, and almost none of it has been about reptiles. And
This is true.
this guy, I mean, he's a genuine guy. We've had from one veteran to another talking about what's going on in our heads and everything else. He actually has helped me, and we've told each other we love each other, not in a gay way, but hey, he is kind of attractive. So I mean, I could do worse. I think I've done worse. But no, this is just a good, honest, genuine guy, and everything you do. I just want to tell you to start out. You talking about U.S. Ark, like you and Vanessa are, fighting the fight more than anybody, and I appreciate that. And so everyone watching, just know this guy is the real deal. He's not someone just standing up here trying to talk to people and interview people. He's legitimately this good of a guy.
Now you're just blowing my head up, man.
Nah,
I wouldn't say I'm a good guy. I try. I want to be a good representative. As far as the U.S. Ark stuff, I feel like there's plenty of people that probably do more, but I do everything within my means. Like Jeremy, I love Jeremy Turgeon. One of the hugest advocates for U.S. Ark you'll ever meet. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm not good at accepting compliments. If you all haven't noticed, I went straight faced and was like, crap, what am I going to say now? I don't like compliments. Don't compliment me. Call me dirty things and make me feel better.
After the show.
But yeah, let's jump into it a little bit. We're gonna go back to U.S. Ark here and bring this up. Like I said, this is a really important thing coming on right after the small wins that we received with U.S. Ark Florida fighting. Literally the next day, this pops up. So you can expect there's going to be a major push, a major fight. We had to do so much to fight this in the last year. So those that didn't know, this was actually pushed out. I believe it was late 2022. It was the fall meeting of 2022. We fought it all fall, all winter into the spring, and finally got it all removed from the bill that it was attached to. Well, they found a way to stick it to another bill, which is exactly what they do. So everything that you could do for U.S. Ark, hey, make sure you're doing it. Let's jump into your feelings on this, Randy. Like, what's your thoughts when you see something like this pop up? Because you've obviously been in the industry a lot longer than like myself or some of the other people that are in the chat. You've seen things like this progress throughout the years, and it seems like they're rolling a little bit faster now than they used to in the past.
Well, it always happens like that. I mean, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, we said, oh, stuff like that isn't going to happen, and now it's happened. It starts out in Florida, but it works its way across the country. And a lot of people don't realize that the government, it's like I always say, we don't have a president, we have a presidential puppet. And
right.
Basically, you get the sides that have money and they get what they want one way or another. And usually, like the big thing right now is racism. Like anytime I see something pop up about racism, I'm like, all right, great. What the fuck are they going to do to us now? Because they have us looking somewhere else, and then they screw us, and we don't realize it because we're focusing on what they've started in the media. And it's the same thing here. I mean, you've got people in the government that don't want us having these animals because they don't like them for whatever reason. They have monetary elsewhere. And so that's what they do. They'll get these bills. They'll put something in there that It's in a bill, has nothing to do with animals, but they'll sneak it in. So USARK has to pay all these lawyers. For people that think like, oh, Phil Goss, he's the lawyer, he goes and does it. No, that's not how it works. So they have to pay. And what I tell people, I understand, I get it. Like when all these GoFundMe's pop up for people, you want to help everyone, but you can't. I understand. We have to work for a living and make our money. But what people can do besides spreading the word, when you go to a show, go to the auction. It doesn't take you anything. Just go. You might get some animals cheap. Bid on stuff. If you have extra animals, put them up at auction. People might be looking for pets and go there. At least that money is going to go towards the good cause and fighting our fight. And, for those of you that don't think, oh, it's going to affect me. I don't live in Florida. Oh, I don't have retics or Burmese. Look at that whitelist. I mean, what if they say you can't sell ball pythons across state lines?
Right.
And you better hope everything you're breeding you can sell in your state. And so, I mean, yeah, it's real. You got to find a way to give what you can give or do what you can do. And the easiest thing to do is send letters to your representatives. It doesn't take anything at all. And you can't just sit there and be dumb about it. You have to use big words, sound intelligent, more like John, not like me. And,
I wouldn't go far.
And talk about the impact. And the biggest thing is let them know how much money the reptile industry brings in, how it's going to hurt. For me, it's California. So we bring in a shit ton of money. And yeah, you just need to let them know where it's going to hurt your specific state and make sure you have all your representatives on board to fight it.
So this is the big thing right here. Like Randy keeps saying, get a hold of your representative so that we can fight this. Every representative, if you go onto the usark.org website, every representative's list is on there. If you can't find it on there, you can always Google your representatives. They'll give you an actual phone to contact them, their email, and I believe you can get their office email as well. So like you have the direct for the representative, and then you have like their secretary's email that you can reach out to, and just fill that out once a day. It takes like 3 to 5 minutes to fill it out. Give a personal message to them. Like you can pull everything off of USARK that you want to say, and you can attach that to it, but make sure you're including a personal message on that. Otherwise, it's going to feel disingenuous, if that makes sense. You really want to make sure that they understand, hey, this isn't just the same letter or same email that we're getting every single time. Like change it up every single time. Make sure you're contacting them daily. Like really bug them and be in their ear and let them know, hey, if you are not going to support us and what we love in our lives, then we are not going to further support you, which is the biggest way to bring down that ego and inflict damage on a voted in representative, right? One of the big things that I would say is, I don't think it's so much language, but be nice. It's really hard to do sometimes. I know I reached out to my representatives the first time, I was fuming really bad, and luckily my wife was right there and like, hey, just calm down, make sure you get out what you want to get out. Otherwise, they're just going to throw the call in the can, right? Like they don't care what you say. Once you start getting mean, once you start cursing at them, they're just gonna be like, well, that's a good way to like kind of record or do something and show, well, these people don't care. And you don't want to create a stir, right? Be nice while you're doing this, I guess is the best way. I've already said it, but whatever. But daily, set a reminder when you're sitting on the toilet in the morning, send that while you're taking you know what I mean?
That's a kind of a good idea. I hadn't even thought about that, because usually I sit on the toilet and wonder how in the hell air can get spiky. I'm like, how in the fuck does that happen? I sit there and I fart, and like, oh my God, that hurt. Like, it felt like a sticker coming out. Like, but yeah, you know what? Maybe
that's what happens when you eat all that spicy food there, Randy.
Dude, I don't get it. I mean, seriously, throughout the day I'll fart and be like, "Oh wow, man, that's gonna itch when it dries." Like,
that's freaking awesome.
It happens, man.
Oh man. So I know you said you didn't want to bring it up, and it's retired, but I have to do it. You retired my favorite character.
Oh yeah, no.
You retired my favorite character. What was the reasoning behind retiring?
Okay, so
your alter persona.
All right, so it started out, for everyone that doesn't know, Captain Underpants, me.
Dun, dun, dun.
It started with another live, and so just kind of like how I wanted to get your name wrong throughout this whole interview, just to be funny, because I'm stupid like that. In case you guys haven't talked to me, I'm not really the brightest. And so my whole thing was, I made these rules. I'm like, how am I going to segue to them? So I got up because I had to go get another beer, and I was in bright orange underwear. That was my segue. So from there, I was at a show, and I ended up, Troy from Best Dressed was there, and he had a real bright, loud jacket. I had bright, loud underwear, so I dropped my pants. Took a picture, and that was whatever. No big deal. Next show, we did it. Same thing. And then I was thinking, I actually was going to get a pair of underwear with John's face on one side, John from JD Constriction, because
I'm so glad you clarified that.
Yeah, not you. No. Yeah, I want to, if I got it with John, he'd be hugging my junk. And so, well, I guess it'd be kind of like small. Because anyone that knows me knows I'm like, I'm nobody. I'm no different than anyone else. I put my pants on the exact same way you all do, except for probably just not as coordinated and as agile. Not because I'm drunk, but just because I'm fucking chubby and I'm old. But like I said, I go into shows and I tell people every time I go on the show, go, hey, I got the smallest dick in the building. Because I don't want anyone to try to compare with me. I don't give a shit, you know? And so anyway, so we did that. And, you know, I did it on your show. I did it on a couple people's show. It was kind of funny. Well, when we were at Tinley last year, why do I always forget people's names? It's because I'm old. I always
There's a lot of people though, man. It's hard to, honestly, I will say this. I've always been this way, and it gets me in trouble more often than it gets me out of trouble. I forget names constantly unless you are constantly putting it in my face, right?
Yeah.
Well, putting your name in my face. I should clarify that with the conversation that we're having right now. As long as you're putting your name in my face, I'll put it to your face. But I will never forget a face. I will always remember a face once I've met you. I am horrible with names.
Well, even though I forget his name, I know who he is, and as soon as I see him, I'm going to be like, "Fuck!" And if he's on here or watching this, well, he's in England, so he's sleeping right now. You know him. Damn it! Comes over to all the shows. Oh man. Okay. Anyways.
Does he have a Woofy?
No, not Wolfie. Whatever. Okay. No. So I said, you're not doing it. I remember when we were in Washington, I said, that's it. I'm not going to do it. And I took a picture with Eric, and there was a group of us, and a bunch of guys started messaging me, asked why we had pants on or why I had pants. No women want to see me without my pants. Only guys. I don't understand that, but I guess I look at myself every morning in the mirror, so I guess I do kind of get it. So I was leaving. He was changing his shirt. So I dropped my pants. He didn't have a shirt on. and he got complaints from people. Man, this is a family show. This is everything.
Oh,
And
yeah.
remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like, you know what? I ain't got time for this bullshit. Like, men are at the beach without a shirt on. Men are everywhere without a shirt on. I wear boxer briefs. I'm not wearing Speedos with fucking pubes hanging out. I mean, I shave anyways, but you know, it's just like
Too much information, Randy. I don't want to know.
I try, man. I open book, man. So yeah, so Captain Underpants was retired. Just can't do it.
I get it. I mean, it was a good persona. I enjoyed it. It made for a lot of laughs, but I understand the heartache or lack thereof that could come from it.
Well, it's just part of this community. Like a lot of people out, and it's not just this community, it's society today. I mean, people can't get over themselves. And a couple good examples. All right. So there's somebody on that does live shows and that, and he'll sit there and get high on camera, fire up his bong and that. And I'm like, man, that's just not right. I don't agree with that. But then I thought about it and I'm like, wait a minute. Here in California, it's legal. A lot of states, it's legal now. I'm drinking a beer. What the fuck is the difference? Like, how can I say you can't smoke pot because it's bad, but I'm going to drink beer, which is bad?
Because it's
like, yeah, it's bad. And that's just it. So many people can't get over themselves. It's easy to look at somebody else and say what you don't like about them, but you can't look at yourself and say, hey, you know what? This is what I do. Own your shit. I mean, I taught my son.
Well, I think that's one of the hardest things, brother, is it's hard to, it's easy to look at another's faults. It's hard to look at your own faults and understand that you need to change them.
But, I think in this community, it's not even our own faults. It's like, I sat there and it's really hard to believe because obviously, I mean, you look at me, I mean, you'll see me at any time, squirrel, gone. But I actually do a lot of thinking, a lot of, like us talking with, my PTSD and that. I do a lot of thinking. I try to get in depth. And I even question myself. I noticed, so it shows, and this is last 20 years. This isn't something normal. I mean, new. The normal thing would be you greet each other and, hey, how'd you do? And just recently, I'm like, I don't like that because it's almost like I'm comparing myself. How did I do compared to that person? And I really don't care. I hope everybody makes millions, but it's not a competition. Right. And one of my friends went to Tinley. I didn't make the last Tinley, and he's bought puzzles from me. So he's walking around talking to people, and he gave me a call, and he's like, hey, so these guys are talking about you. They're like, oh, well, you know where he got his puzzles. I'm like, all right, I don't know what the fuck it matters, but I got my puzzles from Sean Bradley. I guess they're not happy that I got my original puzzles from Maki, and she's one of my good friends. I love her. She's an actual friend. Nothing to do, obviously, with snakes, but aside from that, I love Maki. She's a wonderful person, and Randall, her husband, her family. Yeah, she gave me some deals. I got my first het puzzles for $500 each from her. And yeah, that was back in 2012, 2013. I got my first visual puzzle from her. It was it's getting shipped out of country, and then the person didn't want to wait for shipping. Then a guy in Japan wanted it. She sent it back and sold it to me for cheaper because she values friendship. That's why I'm a horrible business person. I am horrible because I put the dollar behind the friendship. And most
it should be that
successful
way.
people, yeah, most successful people won't. But here's a little newsflash. I work a fucking full-time job. I do this for fun. I don't need to fuck people. I don't need to screw people over or be anything that I'm not. And yeah, so I guess that's what they're mad about. But I hate to say it. I spent over the years, I've spent over $80,000 on puzzles. I got a full fucking rack of them. I have more than anybody. I mean, there's people further ahead than me. I got 27 for sale. I got 2 clutches right there. You can see puzzles at the very in the tub. You guys are mad because what? I was smart. I invested big and I got some deals.
Wait. So people are getting mad because you did what everyone teaches and followed a project that you love and just found a way to get ahead on it.
But that's how this community is. Why can't you be happy for each other? Why can't you? Okay, you know who Ricardo Flores is?
I know the name. I don't know him personally.
CR Serpents. You know, he's been doing this. I think it's only been like 3 years or so, 4 years. He's gotten into puzzles. Great guy. He's bought from me. Me and him have done trades. I got snakes back here that are his. I don't care how long he's been doing it. He's a cool dude. I just hatched out a red stripe yellow belly puzzle that he said he wanted. I'm like, all right, it's yours. I don't know what I'm going to trade him for. I might not get the snake for a year. I don't care. This isn't my life support, you know. But why can't you help people? Why these guys that are just starting to do this? Why can't you help them? Why do you have to knock everybody? If you're not happy with what you're doing, fucking do more. Like, I don't get it. What do you want? You guys all want handouts? And the whole thing that's crazy to me. So this guy's walking around looking at puzzles in Tinley. I'm in San Diego. I'm not there.
Right.
None of my snakes are there. My name's only brought up by them talking shit about where I got them. They can't talk shit about my puzzles because let's go. Come on, I'll bring mine out. You bring yours out. Let's fucking see. There you go. We'll see whose dick's bigger. You know, but why do you gotta talk shit? Why can't people be happy for each other, help each other? And that's the thing with me and Ricardo. When I made that snake, I got someone else who wants to buy it. I don't know about you, but I like money. It buys things. But I can help him further the project. He's going to make something badass that I don't have, and he's going to help me. I don't know. I just don't get why we have to knock each other all the time. Why can't you be happy for each other? Why can't you support each other? You know, I see.
Well, a lot of people look at it as a competition, man, and that's the hard part. Like you were saying earlier, when you say, "Hey, how did your show go?" You look at it as a competition. Oh, did I outsell them or did they outsell me? Type thing. And this entire industry isn't a competition. Like I genuinely ask that, but I ask it to see if it was worth the travel for the people. Like the people that come to the local El Paso show, the last hour of that show, you will never see me at my booth. I walked to all the other people that traveled in. How did the show go for you? Was it worth it? Was it worth your travel? I want to ensure these things. If it's not, how can I help to make it better for you? I don't make like crazy money at shows, especially not here locally, because we're just building the market here, right? But like, I'm going to buy something small from everybody that came in, right? Like, however I can support. Because I don't want to see people not come to the show. I believe in this area, which is a crazy thing, but I genuinely want this market to grow and flourish, whether I'm here or not. Everywhere that we go. And I think that's the big thing that people have lost. Like, it's not about me. Like, I have a couple years in. I'm probably going to have a good 20, 30 years left in this industry if I do it right. You know what I mean? But it's about those future generations. It's about the people that are just jumping in, that are like super young and full of life. Because I'm not old, but I'm not young either. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build something for my kids. I want them to have something that they can do whatever they want with. But if we're gonna destroy our markets and just like treat everybody like crap, you're not going to have that market when you leave, or you're not going to have that market for whoever's left behind. Like, there's this I forget her company, but there's this lady that came from Arizona with her mom. They're both a little bit elderly, right? And they're a dry goods vendor. They took up an entire end cap, and when they closed the show, they were like, "Oh, it's going to take us like 8 hours to close down." Well, I only had one table, I only had one display, so it was super easy. It took me like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to prep everything, get it ready to load, right? So we spent an hour and a half, everyone at my table, included. We had all my goods so they could get back on the road and be like, hey, there's not much we could do besides this, but this helps you. I hope the show was worth it. Hey, can I get some of the dried wood or something? I'll find a way to use it. But it's little things like that. Like, people forget that the biggest thing that you need to do is really build these relationships, or just be a genuinely good person sometimes. Like, it's not all about money to me. It will never be about money to me. It's about the relationships and the animals. And as long as you're taking care of that, I think you're on the right path.
Well, yeah, you got to do what's there for you. And so I'll say this. I'm going to not knock people that want to do this for a living. There's going to be people out there that you want to do this 100% for a living. Like, I ain't going to lie. I think about quitting my job and doing this, and my fucking nut shrivel up, my butthole puckers, like, and look where we are today. And I know we're going to talk about the snake recession here soon, but people that a year or 2 years ago quit their jobs because they're going to do this full time, some of them are regretting it and trying to get jobs right now. And that scares me. I plan on retiring and making this my full-time business once I retire. But there's people that are going to make this their business, and I'm not going to knock them. And people have to make money in that. But it's just so crazy, because I see right now, you get groups of people that do a bunch of videos, and they're all buddies, chummy with everyone. They have their little circle, and people buy from them because, oh, they're a cool dude. I'm gonna buy a snake from them. Fuck yeah. And it's just dumb, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I got a snake or two from Justin, but that's it. I've got snakes over here from people that I think are the most insane quality. They've never done a live. I told him, I said, you know what? When I do my lives, I'm going to put you on there. And he's like, I've never done a live. I'm like, you need to. You have the best quality. I mean, I was just so blown away by it. But today's society is, you need to buy the snake from the super fucking cool dude that does lives every fucking day, and let's, like, no, man. You want to make quality, buy quality. I honestly, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't care if you're Justin, if you're Oz, if you're Mr. I've got one clutch under my belt, and here it is. If that clutch has got something I want, I'm fucking paying you, because I don't care whose name is on any of these snakes. The quality, and there's not one person on that had anything to do with these animals. You put a male with a female, and guess what? They fucked. Weird. Oh my God. No, it's get the quality, get the animal. Don't go for the name. Like, it's just no more than social media. Everybody on social media, you are making them popular.
Yeah.
Nobody else is. You are paying their check, not anyone else. And yeah, it's
I mean,
and
I'll
go
give
ahead.
this, everyone that becomes in those cliques, they put the work in, right? I'm never gonna knock work ethics because you have to put the work in to get that. But while you're putting the work in, there's nothing that says that you can't just be a good person at the same time.
Right. And well, but I mean, and same thing. I'm not telling you don't buy from someone because they have a YouTube channel.
Don't do
But
it.
don't
We'll
buy
never. Oh wait, I sell out every year anyways. But I'm
no.
just a
Don't
small time breeder
buy
anyway.
because of the person. Buy your animal. This is you're wanting to produce animals, not people. I mean, I love John, but I'm not going to go breed him. I mean,
My wife already got that done. That
I
doesn't
know.
happen anymore. There's no extra breeding coming out of here anymore.
But I want them in a jar. Can I have your nuts in a jar? I want to set them here.
Absolutely not.
Oh, dude, that would think about that. That would be a conversation piece. I'd have people walk in here, see that, and be like, "That's the last person that fucked me over." No one would fuck me over again. I'd
For
have
the
that
right amount to U.S. ARC,
a
you
big
can have
machete.
one nut.
Think about that. No, seriously, a big machete and 2 testicles in a jar. Who in the hell?
You can't
All
do 2 because it means you made one clean chop. Like you have to just have one.
What?
It'd be like, I took one as a warning that if you do it again, you'll lose everything.
You know, it doesn't work though, because no matter how many people fuck me over, I can't take it out on people because then there's good people that don't deserve the repercussion of assholes. And you know, I try not to say names. I try not to talk to anyone unless they're complete total pieces of shit, like John's Jungle or Khalil from 514 Reptiles. Other than them, I try not to put people's names in it because, especially if you did something that I don't know, it just rubbed me wrong. That's not enough. Why do people go trash people? You don't need to.
That's the human persona, unfortunately.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this goes to that whole very controversial person. Some love him, some hate him. But and of course, as I start to say it, I forget his name. MJ. Some people hate him, some people love him. You know, when the thing came out with him and Shane, he had a little dose of reality, and I reached out to him, and I solely said, "Hey, that's good, man. You apologized, and that, like, you know, good on you." And he actually wrote me back, and he said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry I've been a dick to you." And I told him, I said, "You know what? You weren't a dick to me. You don't like me. I'm okay with that. You don't have. I don't. Not everyone needs to like me. I'm an asshole. I mean, I'm rough around the edges. You know, Dina comes over and does my rats for me. It's helping me out in the building. I've made her cry a few times. I'm just the way I talk. I mean, I'm an old veteran. You know.
That's
And
a hard thing to get past, man.
Yeah, and
Very hard.
and I told him, I said, "You were never a dick to me. You just don't like me, and I respect that. But I'm not going to not like you or hate you or talk shit about you because you don't like me." Yeah, she's, you know, so she's afraid of spiders. And so, of course, a couple days ago, I threw a spider on her. She was clear. Well, we saw it. It was up on one of the tubs, and I wasn't going to kill it or anything. So I just kind of flicked it, and it didn't land on her, but she was clear across the room screaming, "What the fuck? Why would you do that?" And I'm just laughing hysterically. I mean, a little spider. So
it's horrible.
I'm an asshole, dude. You know, it was funny. I thought it was funny. So,
We have
All
our
right.
moments. We all have our moments. We all can be a sphincter.
Oh,
Um,
I'm
and then we
most of
all
my
can be very nice people. It depends
yeah.
on who it is and what they bring out of you. Like you said, you don't have to like everybody, but
No.
let's just respect everybody and move forward and focus on the community.
Yep.
Speaking of moving forward, let's talk about everyone's fear over this past year and a half, essentially, outside of legislation and them fighting with us constantly.
Uh-huh.
It feels like everywhere we turn, all anyone's ever talking about is, oh, it's a it's an overall recession, right? But everyone's like, oh, it's a snake recession and I can't move animals and I don't know what to do. And you see craziness happening, whether it's memes or new ownership and let's see, people that have been in the industry for years that just had a hard go last year and like, well, saying outside had one show, so I'm selling my collection, or just craziness that you would never expect, right? What's your thoughts on this snake recession and how has it affected you over the last year?
All right. I hate to tell everyone, but the snake recession is because of you. So a snake recession just means people aren't buying them. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, like the country isn't in a huge recession. Like people can't eat. We don't have soup kitchens, and so when people say that, they get scared and they quit buying. And I've been doing this 20 some years, and you're right. I've seen people telling me they're getting out. I've seen other people say, you know, that if somebody offered them money for their collection, they'd leave. Big people that I look up to, and it's a problem when you make this your full-time job because now people aren't buying because they're scared. Um, I hate to say it. This is an opportunity. Nobody wants to know how much money I've spent this year alone. I got $11,000 snake from Justin. I've got every month I'm purchasing stuff. I honestly, I mean, I've spent probably, oh shit, $40,000 this year already. Like people, I hate to tell you this, but honestly, if you're smart, and you don't have to be smart, you don't have to listen to me. This is the time to buy. This is when you really want to buy. If you think these are going to go away, they're not. And it's not going to happen. But I've got snakes puzzles. If you called me, I might give you one half off. Because, I mean, it's slow, and not because I'm not going to go advertise it and ruin the market, but I got more puzzles that need to go into tubs, and I'm going to a show next weekend. I'm going to horse shit out. I'm just saying. I mean, I've been wholesaling some stuff. It happens. You don't broadcast it for the world, but if you guys were smart right now, you could probably get some insane animals that you didn't think you could get. People would sell you cheaper. And like I said, I got 27 puzzles available. You guys know my Instagram. Hit me up. I'm selling shit. I'm making deals. Everybody else is. The recession is because you're not spending money, because you're afraid, because other people are calling it a snake recession. It's not. It's more of a sphincter puckering. That's what we have right now. And yeah, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm buying shit. I hate to say it, but I got 14 animals that are coming in on Wednesday. Yeah, 14 animals. And I'll tell you this, they're all Desert Ghost Clown stuff. Actually, no puzzles. Yeah, no puzzles. Oh, I don't need mini puzzles. I got most of them. Yeah, I mean, now's your opportunity. Get out there, invest a little. And here's the other thing that I've just watched people sit there and say, oh, look, I've had clutch, whatever. I've got 50 times that and the female's ready to go. Quit fucking overbreeding. If you're, unless you've got a full-time business, you have a pet store, don't fucking overbreed. Every single pairing I have, a lot of my females aren't even going this year. I got, what is that? A pastel red striped yellow belly hat puzzles. I weighed them. Like one of them's 1,200 grams. You know what I said? I weighed this, I think, just the other day with Dina. And I said, you know what? Next year. She's almost 1,300 grams. Anyone else is going to stuff a few rats in her and breed her. Why? Why fucking push her and get her at a smaller weight to push eggs and risk maybe even losing her because she's egg bound? I'll breed her next year. Do a male I make and make some more insane shit. Don't overbreed. If every single clutch I make is because I want to make something out of it, if I don't hit it, I sell it. End of story. Our snake recession is because of that. Because too many people are overproducing and people are afraid to spend money.
So I don't know if you could see this from Beast Morphs. I put it up. Hopefully you could see it. A lot of people have said, hey, you're just it's leveling out. People got used to COVID, which I wholeheartedly agree with. I think a lot of people got lazy during COVID when everyone was throwing all this extra money, right? A lot of people, either one, you don't have a customer service report at all, or two, when you had all this money thrown at you for all your extra babies, you lost it because you didn't have to work for it. Well, now that you have to work for it again, I'm sorry, you're going to have to put in a smidgen of work. I can tell you this. The last show that I was at, I sold 8 animals. Of those 8, I discounted $100. And that's because someone came the first day, bought 2 animals from me, came back the second day, and then bought 2 more. And he's like, well, what's the best price you can do? Like, I'll take 50 off of each animal, because they're not like super high grade, but they're paycheck snakes, right? I was like, I got to make sure everything's good. So I gave him a deal, but literally I sold everything at face value. Didn't have an issue doing it, but I took the time to talk to people. The reason that guy bought 4 snakes, excuse me, is I literally took the time to speak to him about his entire project. I took an hour and a half out of the first day of that show, said, what do you have? What are you trying to work towards? What are your ultimate goals? And then I talked about my snakes. I talked about other snakes I had seen at the show. Talked about my friend's table right next to me. I was like, that would work really good for some of your projects. This stuff here that I have would work really good for some of your projects. It's really ultimately up to you and what you want. Because I took that time, I got all those sales. Take the time, be friendly with people. Take the time to actually learn what they want. Do they just want a pet? Do they want to breed? Are they currently breeding? Have they actually worked a project? Do they even know how to? Maybe taking the time to teach them how to work a project is all the difference it's going to take in making a sale. But I also vet everybody too. So I talk to everybody about how they're set up, how their husbandry is, what they want to do, all of that. I don't think I spend less than like 20, 25 minutes with a customer unless they're just looking and they don't want to talk. That's the only way you're getting away from my table in under half an hour. Sorry.
But see, you know what? I mean, that's how it should be. I mean, I've talked to people and like I'll tell people all the time. People come up to my and they're looking, tell them, figure out what you want, especially if it's a pet. I'm like, look, my animal's going to sell, whether I wholesale it or anything else. I don't need to make this sale to make my mortgage payment. but you're going to have this animal for 10, 20 years possibly.
Hopefully.
Get what moves you. Get what moves you. And that's it. And yeah, I don't need to make sales. Like I said, I honestly, I do horrible at shows. I do not do well at shows. I've gone in the last 4 shows, I've only sold a couple snakes. I've gone to a show, I did not sell a single animal the whole show, and I gave 3 away to the US ARC auction. And you take your wins with your losses. My problem is just because a lot of my animals are too high end for the shows I'm doing. That's why anyone watching, if you even think you might pretend to maybe like me, you need to let them know to let me in Tinley and Arlington. Tell them, get a hold and be like, fuck, you got to get Randy at Dark Cloud Reptiles in Tinley, in Arlington. He will fill a table full of puzzles and other shit, OFY and things that nobody else has. Not to mention, he's either funny or he's an asshole, depending on who you talk to. But either way, they're both acceptable. All right, my little speech. But no, it is. It's true.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, you know me. It's harder to get me to shut up than to talk.
It depends on what's going on in your life. But yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. So let's kind of dive into it. Obviously, people are here for the puzzle talk. I'm going to tease them with that as long as I can, because if you want to be here, then you're going to have to wait for the puzzle. Like, obviously, we know there's a lot of puzzle. You're in some other very amazing projects that not everyone has their hands on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of those projects and what got you into them, why you decided to really work those.
Well, so like I said, I only will get into something I believe in. I've had other money makers, people have heard me talk about before, GHI. When it very first came out, they were 20 grand. I could have got into it for free. Just send a few females to a buddy and I could have got into it. I didn't like the dark snakes at the time. And so I refused because I didn't see the dollar sign. I can't see opening a tub as something I don't find attractive, and I only see a dollar sign. Puzzle, obviously, instantly, I found the connection. My OFY gene, I love it, but I shelved it for so many years trying to focus on puzzle and other things. Right. And then Maki had the Hetari gene, and I was able to get that project from her. And I love that. That project's so it's kind of been up and down. I mean, it makes some incredible animals that I just love, I believe in. Some people got some, and through Tristan at Upscale Exotics. I love that kid. When he got started, I kind of, luckily I was there and he talked to me and I was able to take him under my wing and help him out. He's like you, I just, people I believe in, I don't see dollar signs. I only see people. And I know you'll respect this. I remember one year, he was a college kid. When I first met him, he was in like fucking Iowa or something, going to college. And he came to a super show while he was off, and a couple buddies and his uncle, and they bought a pastel lesser clown from me. And I think he bought a banana pie, but I had it sex drawn. I brought the female, or I brought the male, not the female. I had it, and I told myself I have it at home, and that's how we ended up talking.
Right.
And I remember on Veterans Day waking up and I looked at my phone and it was him telling me Happy Veterans Day, and I was just blown away. And I know his mom. I love that kid, and so I gave him some Hetaris, and through him. So a lot of people don't understand, like, these genes aren't always easy. And you'll find people, almost nothing I have, I go off my word. I always ask, like Michael, my buddy that's been kind of my partner in this whole thing for, since like 2008, something like that. Tristan's got a great eye. And some people do. Some people can nitpick, others can't. Unfortunately, because I work so much, I don't get to sit and stare at snakes all day like some other people. And through Tristan, we found out there's a granite gene attached to it. What?
Was that a jab at me? I could sit here and look at snakes all day. I enjoy it. I'm just
Mike says, Mike go out? Is he pointing? I point too, but it never works. But no, he helped me find out there's a granite gene attached to it. Other people who have kind of hurt the hetari project have been selling snakes that are not hetaris. And so this is actually it'll be unveiled here on your show. No one knows it yet, but you guys know Benson from the genetic research. I've sent him 100 puzzle sheds. We're working on puzzle together. We just worked out a deal that we're going to isolate hetari, and it's going to be a project together. We're going to work out hetari, work out the granite gene, the atari, the super version. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Obviously the OFY, I'm excited about that. Anyone wanting in on the OFY project, as much as I hate to say it, I got a bunch of them right now. So if you want in, message me and I'll probably make you a deal and let you get in on the project early. Just saying.
So there is one project that you haven't mentioned that I just really, it caught my eye when I was looking through your Instagram.
What?
This one.
Oh, I'm like, wait a minute, like you froze or something. Oh, my puppy. Yeah.
That's gorgeous, dude. I love
my little puppy. So this is my 5th Rottweiler. His name's Kevin.
He's so cute.
Yeah, it was time. About 2 years ago, I spent a good amount of time in vet offices crying. There's nothing better than a big, burly, bearded man crying. We lost our puggle. I walked out in the backyard one day and it was dead. And my duck died, but that was, my duck Hoover. My Rottweiler, that was my 4th Rottweiler, was just lost without the puggle. And after, 9 months, 10 months, it just, you could tell it was giving up, couldn't even stand. I had to go put it down. But it was time to get another puppy.
I didn't mean to do that to you, Randy. I'm sorry, bro.
It's good because
you got me feeling like a jerk now.
No,
I'm so sorry. I was just happy when I saw the puppy.
Yeah, but people need to realize though, you can be human in this. Like I said, me and you, our conversations have been real shit. You don't need to you can be human about this. Have emotions. Fuck, man, real men cry. Real men get hurt. Like, I know more people that want to sit and be just rough and tough and, fuck, are they really, I don't know. I'll tell you, I know a lot of really badass motherfuckers and they have emotions, man. I hate to say it. They're real people. Only thing I hate, I'll tell you, this is why I hate my birthday. One of my brothers, Scott, Sniper, Team 7, every year I wake up and he says, happy birthday. And I don't know his birthday because we all know how dumb I am, dude. I can't remember names. I can't remember dates. Oh, I fucking hate
We've
that.
talked about this. You're not dumb.
Yeah,
You've got
whatever.
a lot on your mind.
Yeah. which is weird because that's a very little mind. So, okay, where are we going now?
Okay, we're going to this one because we were on the Hetari and Atari game.
Okay.
That is freaking gorgeous.
Mm.
What brought forward the motivation to start playing with such different genetics into the Hetari?
So when I saw the lesser Atari when she made it, it just blew me away. I hadn't seen anything like that. Um, it was crazy, and I wanted in on the project, but she was my friend, and I wasn't like there was other people that wanted in on the project, and they were mad that she didn't let them in. She gave one to Sean Bradley, and um, I never wanted to push that on the friendship. And so then when I got the opportunity to get the project, I jumped on it, and it makes incredible animals. I mean, I think
It's a gorgeous animal, dude. Like,
this is just
so much potential.
a leopard lesser Hetari, nothing else. I mean, but look what it does. I mean, we all know what leopard does, but I mean, that's it. Lesser leopard Hetari. Um, it just does it. I think it's a really cool gene. Um, I think, like I said, some people just kind of got greedy. They didn't get money right away, and they kind of started to ruin the project. I'm just keeping stuff. I'm making some incredible animals. I'm making combos with it, and I think once we get this genetic research down to prove what's granite, what's Hetari, what's Atari, um, honestly, I think when the first Hetari clown is made, I bet you people are going to really take notice and want it. Yeah, we'll see. It's just, yeah, it's something I believe in.
I think they're gorgeous, man. Like, honestly, if you're looking, like, I can't get over it. I don't know why I haven't touched it yet, except for the fact that my racks are already full, and well, I'm trying to be a little bit more economical. I'm trying to be smart with my projects and see what I can actually work as a project. Almost like I've been listening for a little bit. It's weird, right? Trying to make sure that the stuff I do isn't just, hey, I have one animal in it, and then boom,
Right.
you can't touch it.
So this is that animal you were just looking at. So this is what I'm assuming is a black pastel orange dream Hetari. So you can see what it does with the pattern. It might have the granite in there. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it's just such cool what it does with the pattern. And yeah, I don't know. I think they're cool.
It's definitely a gorgeous animal, man. All right.
I'll send you one. Let me know.
That goes into what I just said. I can't get just one. Like, the issue is I don't buy anything unless it's in groups now because I have to work projects.
Well, but the whole thing is
we'll talk about that.
well, unless it's a recessive,
yeah,
then I mean you can get one. I'll send you a breeder male, and then by next year you'll have as many as you breed. Recessives are a little different. So, the funny thing is, I posted on Instagram. I said, okay, who has questions they want me to talk about? I had one person ask me about OFY, and Anna said, what are your goals? And she was like, you. I said, okay.
You're
what makes me
breaking up a little bit. Hold on, Randy. Go again.
Okay, what part did I lose you at, or you lose me at?
You said you were talking to Anna, and then it started
Okay.
breaking up a little bit.
So Anna asked me what my 5-year goals were. And I said, I don't have any. And she was trying to figure that out. And it's like I told her, I'm doing what makes me happy now. 5 years, I hope I'm doing what makes me happy. And you could have goals, you could try to be a millionaire, but
Right.
I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just trying to make things. And when I found puzzle, like I said, I dove in head first. That's why I'm where I am. I bought every het female I could buy. I mean, if there was, I was watching Morph Market, and back then, I mean, we're talking 2013, 2014, 2015. There weren't many on there. So as soon as one popped up, I bought it. And like I said, there's a few others like Will Morrow's. He's ahead of me. He's got stuff I don't have that I'm still away from, but I got stuff he doesn't have. And
Right.
but nobody has the numbers I have because he's been real big on Desert Ghost. And find something that really moves you and that you want that to be your thing, your niche. I mean, I told you when I was out in Arlington, 3 years ago, and people were telling me, "Oh yeah, I think it was like three years ago." Well, I've been to the last, I think like 5, 6, I don't know. But when people were coming up to me going, "Oh yeah, you're the puzzle guy," I was like, "Really? Like you knew that? Like, be what you guys want to be. Make your own trail. Don't knock other people. Figure out your plan, your goal, and achieve it. Who cares what anyone else is doing?"
Do you have a OFY, right? That's
Yeah.
what you called it? Do
Yeah.
you have one of those you could bring up? I was trying to find one on Instagram to pull up, and I'm having a hard time finding it. Apparently, he doesn't share what he really likes. I'm just kidding.
So this is a Firefly Russo OFY. And it's just really clean. So
I like that.
the closest thing I've seen is that I could compare it to is Desert Ghost, but it's not recessive. Now, and once again, it's kind of funny because Desert Ghost people will get pissed if I compare it to a Desert Ghost. But I'm like, it's not as clean as a Desert Ghost, but it's close, but it's not a recessive. And it will mess with pattern a little. So,
Oh my Lord.
What?
Baby's having a breakdown.
Who?
My baby's having a breakdown.
Oh, okay.
It's that time of the evening.
Let's see. Give me 1 second here.
Do you have like a couple of simple combos with it and maybe a single gene for us to compare to, or the closest to a single gene?
Well, let's see if I can do this without getting bit. So this is a pastel Desert Ghost 66% het puzzle. Nice, clean. This is an OFY. It's a pastel vanilla OFY. But as far as cleanliness, I am so bad with camera angles.
Go up just a little bit. There you
go.
Yeah, those are pretty. No, it's a very clean.
So I mean, you can see how clean. That one looks like it wants my finger. So put it back. But yeah, they make really clean animals. Get back in there. I'll probably after the show I'll be like, oh, I should have shown you this one, but
that's good. So let's kind of jump on that puzzle train. If you want to start talking about what really dove you into puzzle and show some examples of what you're finding that really have captivated you so far, I'm gonna bring you forward, let you talk. I gotta go help handle a situation real quick.
all right. So really quick, I'll try to watch over here on the comments. You guys can tell me what you want to see if you've seen what I've been producing. So this little one is one I just hatched out. This is the Inchy Red Stripe Yellow Belly puzzle. And of course I suck with camera angles, so sorry. This is the Mahogany Yellow Belly puzzle. Let's see. I am not doing you guys any favors with these angles. And the hypo version. Here's a super pastel Mojave. Here's a pastel super vanilla. Unfortunately, she does not want to cooperate.
That's super pretty.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can grab her sister. Let's see. Yeah, she doesn't want to do any more than her sister did. But yeah, so there's that. So I have one of these. I think it's this one. No, maybe it's the other one. Breeding the Cypress Stranger hat puzzle. Let's see. So here's actually one that I got from Ricardo. I traded him some female, what was it? Xanthic clowns. Yeah, I gave him 3 Xanthic clowns. I got this one, which is a lesser spot nose puzzle. And then I got a couple Desert Ghost possible hat puzzles. Let's see. That one's in shed. Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna take this moment to say, one, the baby woke up. Sorry, craziness happened. 2, if you want to help support USARC, I am going to still bring it up. Everything made for the next 4 weeks. If you guys decide to donate, will be going to USARC off of the show, as well as a donation from myself. So if you Feel like supporting hay. Dig deep.
So this one is a hold on, pastel Mojave yellow belly fluff puzzle.
We just saw his better side, guys. He kept just the best side of Randy in the image. Right there.
My wallet?
No, I was talking about your backside, but
No, I think last time you actually got me turning around flexing my ass on your last show. That was the only
children, Randy.
That's the sorry.
Children present.
Sorry. The only time that's ever happened. So this is just a simple cinnamon puzzle.
That's pretty. It doesn't take much. Like puzzle does so much with everything. I don't think there's anything that doesn't go well with it.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what else I have here that won't
You want some water?
bite me to try to show you. Because we all know puzzles have a colorful something to them.
Greed. Yes, ma'am. I think it's just the patterning for me, dude. Like there's really not anything that I cannot
The funny thing is all these I got a ton for sale. Like why am I not bringing those? So this is a bamboo leopard puzzle male that I actually have for sale.
That's freaking gorgeous. Bring that back real quick. Bring it a little closer to the camera. Look at those sides. There's like 4, 5 maybe different variations, like different specs on that side where like you see different hints of color. That's insane.
And a nice stripe down its back. So you know the sad part is some of the nicest puzzles have spider in them. Spider works so well with puzzle, but unfortunately, so many people want to get on that whole spider is bad train, and it sucks because you know they do some cool stuff like this one here, but it's got spider. I think I've got.
But you only really see it in the dorsal.
Well, but it's just the fact that they have spider. People
that's always been a thing. Everyone steers clear of it, and people have made their careers off of it. And I think there's a lot of things working with that. I know I personally, I have one that I bred this year, and more than likely we'll see spider babies coming out of it. Actually, I know I'll see spider babies coming out of it because she ovulated. But
yeah,
and it's such a strong genetic, like it passes down.
So this is another one of my banana combo males. Same thing. He's for sale. He'll be ready to breed before too long. He's in a small tub, so he doesn't get overly fed.
About that snake. Do you think that was a pretty snake? Yeah. You want to tell him? You say, I like your snake. No. Can we talk to strangers?
There's no one more stranger than me. All right, so you know you get puzzles. Same thing. This is all this clutch I need to get out of here and start eating, and then put it all up for sale. But so this was the one that like kills me. People don't like spider, but look at that. And unfortunately, my camera, you cannot see the colors of this thing. But this thing is
that's the one you posted on Instagram, right?
Probably, yeah. It's
if I can find it.
It's so beautiful.
That one. Oh, nope, nope, nope. That one, right?
Yeah.
On the bottom.
Yeah.
How pretty that is.
But so, pastel super stripes, when those first came out, I mean, that was my jam. Those things were so pretty.
I think a lot of people are sleeping on the combo, man. Like,
Well, but
it
how
got
can
overlooked because of all the stuff that came out in Clown.
right. Well, I loved
Super
it just
Stripe's
in
such a
how
nice
bright
combo.
it was. But like, how can you not get excited about hatching this kind of stuff? Like, look at that. That's just freaking gorgeous. And that's why I do it. Why do I not have a 5-year plan? Because I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. I'm going to make some amazing shit in 3 years. And, that might entirely change where I go with something. So, I got another puzzle clutch hatching in a few more weeks. Actually, in like a week. All right, now that I got bedding all over my keyboard. Okay.
So, let's jump on it a little bit. If there's someone that you would like to spotlight in the industry right now, you just feel like they're doing an outstanding job in every aspect of what they're doing, who would that person be and why? Because I feel like one of the things we need to do is actually pay credit to the people that are actually doing it right.
And of course, you asked that to the one guy that can't remember anyone's name. Thanks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
way
if
to
you
put
can
me on the
remember their
spot.
brand, then that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
no. How many people can I piss off right now? No, seriously, like, obviously, Tristan from Upscale Exotics. I admire him because of just who he is as a person. He makes some great animals, but like I said, I can't say enough about the guy. What he does. He also goes out and does shows. I've seen him doing shows at elementary schools and promoting the actual hobby and in all aspects. I mean, he's got my 17-foot retic girl. He's got my boy, and he's got other things, lizards and things that he'll go out with. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, ASR. I'm buying some of my puzzle stuff from him. Ricardo, I said CR Serpents. I admire him. And the biggest thing I can tell people is message me. I mean, if you want to know about anybody, I all day long I get people that will message me and they'll want an animal and I don't have it, and I tell them it's okay. Let me find somebody that does. I'll tell you this: all these big names. I mean, I got names that some of you guys will kind of put it like up in a highlight. I won't do any business with them because I've had to deal with them and I realize who they were off of the camera. I've been doing this a long time. I can dig up some skeletons. Sorry, I saw the finger and I was like, "Ooh, did I say something?" Watch my mouth. Um, yeah. So there's some skeletons I can dig up along the way about so many people. Um, it's not my skeletons to put out there, but if you're looking for something, I can point you in the right direction of a good person, an honest person, someone that I would buy from, that I trust. And I talk to everyone. I believe it or not. So I'm going to tell you this. This is so crazy. So there's another fan favorite, whatever, that I messaged and I'm like, hey, I got a question for you. And I know him. I know him from shows. And I'm like, hey, man, I got a quick question for you. He's like, oh, okay, I'll give you a call when I get a chance, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A week later, I'm like, oh, you forgot about me, a little crying emoji. I just thought I was being funny, which I'm not very funny. Well, depending on who you are. And then they just don't bother to check it or message. And I'm like, wow, okay. I know where our friendship is. And just so you guys all know, we don't have earmuffs. So I am an a-hole. So I'm not going to be subtle. I'm not going to be rude. But you approach me after you diss me, I'm going to let you know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not, hey, you be you, but I'm going to be me, and that's real. And that's Miguel. It was so funny because, you know, Miguel's a big, huge fan favorite. Everybody loves him in that. I like him, but he came up to me at one point and I was like, yeah, dude, I messaged you a few times. You never messaged back. And he was just like, wow, this guy's blunt. I'm like, yeah, you're there's nothing wrong with you, but you know, I'm not going to go following people and kiss people's ass because you ain't done nothing that I should idolize you. And like I said, we all put on our pants the same way, except for I'm a little bit more wobbly about it. And yeah, so, but for everyone, no, message me, hit me up. Like I said, if you want an animal, I am so easy to deal with. If you want to know who to buy from, I'm going to tell you straight out. Like I said, I don't got to go blast people. But if you ask me, I'll tell you what I think about them.
No, I think that's the way it should be. So if you had some advice, because we're obviously here to grow the community, to do better as a community, if you had some advice for someone coming in at this point with what you've seen, how you've seen it changed over the last 20 years, what would your advice be to people just coming in right now?
So, and this is where I've hurt Dina's feelings before, because I tell people, like, she's starting out, she has so many animals, and like I've said before, I'll say, move this animal, move that one, it's not going to do nothing for you. And then people have reasons. Oh, well, I'm attached to it. And I tell them, not everyone's meant to be successful. I tell that to people all the time. Hey, it's okay. Not everyone's meant to be successful. You need to plan what you want to do, what you want to be known for. You can go chase clowns. You'll be in people's shadows till the end of time. So I see what everyone else is making, and I'm like, okay, this is what it's doing with that. What can I put it into? Can I put it in a puzzle? Can I put it in OFY? Can I put it in hetari? I still have some clowns, but I've got my focuses. And that's what everyone needs to really, really do. And I love my yellow belly stuff. You know, I've got super asphalts and everything else, but that's not where I want to go. But I'm using those because I want to make maybe a super asphalt puzzle, or find what you want to be known for, figure out your actual path and get on it. Make your goals. Don't here's something that's really hard for people to understand. You buy a snake because it was a deal. No. Wait, it was free. My friend gave it to me. No, I love the one my friend gave me a deal. Well, your friend gave you a deal. They should have kept the snake and moved. Yeah. They should have got the snake and moved it somewhere else. But that snake is not only costing you money to do nothing for you, it's costing you a tub of something that could do something for you.
This is true, but at the same time, we always preach right? And we always say, work with what you like. So whether it was a deal or not, if they've come to love that animal, you can't knock them for loving that animal.
If it's what you like in a project you're looking to go. If you're not looking to be successful, you want to have pets. I don't. Oh, so Joe and Tori, that I was at their place today, they've got one of the Tamura setups, and she has 4 different geckos that are all special needs. One's got a squiggly tail, one's got a big curve in its back, one is a hunchback. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's so cool because it's freaky. I've never seen it. And they're not going to breed them. They're going to be pets. You have to decide if you are going to be attached to animals. You're not going to make it successful in the industry unless you plan on getting a ranch and having tens of thousands of animals, and that's tens of thousands of rats to feed those mouths and everything else. So
it's full of Wilbanks, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I've got a snake. Well, my original OFY girl's like 18, 19 years old, and I don't want her breeding anymore. I'm gonna need the tub, so I'm gonna end up putting her somewhere where she'll get a great care. They won't breed her and use her for education. You got to figure out where your mindset is. If you can't give up animals, yeah, you might not be going very far. But if your goal is to create, I can't paint, I can't draw. If I had to do either, I'd probably be dead. But I can pair snakes. And I just got a cappuccino or espresso machine. I was a K-cup guy. Right now, Dina's laughing. I was a K-cup guy. Now I have this espresso machine. And I'm like, wow, like there's really something to this. I went to Joe's place today and we went through all the brewing of the beer. He's got a beer with jalapenos, habanero, and something else. And I'm like, it's crazy. What he can do has a base beer and all the things he can do. And that's with snakes. If you can't paint or draw, but you want to be creative, you want to make some, I don't care if you want to make $1 million, go make $1 million. I don't care. I'll probably never be Justin. I'll never have my Porsches and my Ferraris and stuff that my friend has. But I'm going to see something come out of an egg that's just going to blow me away. And I've had years, I'm talking brutal years. If we wanted to sit down and talk about it, I've been kicked in the nuts so freaking hard by this hobby. Anyone else would have left, but I stuck with it. I've made mistakes that pushed me back. I get that egg. That's what I was wanting and hoping for. It's done. It's all
that should be. And not all of us are made for that. I could tell you right now, I will never have like a supercar or anything like that because my money goes into everything else. And plainly, I just don't care about money.
I will, just until the person who owns it realizes I have it.
That's horrible. Oh, man.
But it's true, unfortunately.
What do you think? You got anything you want to ask him? No? So, we all know that you are a connoisseur of fine malt and hopped beverages. Outside of your friends, if you had to drink one thing and one thing alone for, we'll say, the next year, because I would never force anyone to drink something and only one thing beyond that, because that's just horrible. Variety is the spice of life. What would that drink be for you?
Oh God, I don't know. If that was the case, I'd have to say water.
Water? My wife just said the same.
Yeah, it would have to be water. I mean, you're kind of like, okay, you can only drink one thing, and my first thought was,
I know.
Jack Daniels or coffee? Like, oh my God, which one? No, it's got to be water.
Dr. Pepper.
Like, no, so here's the funny thing, and I had this conversation with them today at the brewery. It's crazy. I know. Everyone sit down. You're not going to believe this. I'm not. And this for a while.
Oh, no. Hold on. Okay. Go back to, you're not going to believe this.
Oh, did I freeze?
You broke up, and I don't know if it's on your end or my end because we just had a massive thunderstorm hit.
Okay. You guys aren't going to believe this, but I'm not really a beer drinker. We talked about this today at the brewery. So when I was in the military, I drank a lot of beer. Go figure. I've got a picture somewhere of behind my Trans Am an entire beer pyramid of Budweiser cans. And then when Red Dog, they started putting on their bottle caps, they put sayings on there. This is how intelligent I am. I became an alcoholic to see how many caps I could get. We would go out and drink as much beer as we could, pop the beer cap, we already got that one, throw it. And then we'd save the new ones. And then one day I got up, I'm like, I got 200 bottle caps sitting over here. Like, I just threw them in the trash. I'm a Jack and Coke guy, rum and Coke. Yeah, that's more me. When I met Joe, and he got me, so I can drink beer. My beers come in 3. I don't like. I can drink with the guys at night when we're just hanging out and we're drinking and doing our thing. And then beers I can drink all day long. I'm an Arnold Palmer guy.
Love Arnold Palmer.
Right. And it's refreshing. It's something you can just drink. When there was a brewing company in Oregon, and we're just talking about it today. I got it on my phone, but I'm not going to go look it up. One of my customers from Snakes gave me this beer, Jammy Pants, and there was a couple others. And I drank it, and they were sours, and I liked them. And then I went to a restaurant, and I had this called Super Silly Sour, and it really made me pucker up. But I was like, I kind of dig this. It's kind of like Arnold Palmer. And Joe, through him owning a brewery, I mean, these guys, they have geckos, they have hognose, they have all sorts of tarantulas. I mean, like I said, I love these people. They're just such good, genuine people, and their love of animals. And he just happens to own a brewery. And it's amazing what he does. I mean, it's crazy. And so because of that, now I drink a lot of his beer. But Monday through Friday, I work. I don't drink a lot of beer. I drink beer like this. This is my free time. So I get to drink a beer with you. On weekends, if I'm cleaning snake tubs or something, I can drink a beer.
You know what? So, I do not do this very often. In fact, I have not had one on air in probably a year. Can you go to Mommy and go get me a Yingling? This is the only thing I drink now.
Okay.
When I do drink, and that is very seldom. So I have a 12-pack that I got. This is going to sound horrible. I got a 12-pack that I got almost a month ago, and there's still 9 beers in it.
But you know what? And that's just it. And people, I got my kid who's going to be 18 soon. And so, of course, he goes out and he drinks and parties with his friends, whatever, and all that. And I tried telling him, I'm like, look, man, to drink to get drunk is just freaking stupid. You're going to feel like crap the next day. I like being in control. That's why I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs because I got anything against druggies. The only thing about drugs, I like feeling like myself. And that's why I don't like getting drunk. If I feel myself getting stupid, I'm like, oh God, like I say enough stupid stuff on a regular. You don't need me drunk.
You already say it sober. You don't need to be drunk to do it.
Oh no. I mean, most drunk people are way better than me sober. So yeah, it's and that's it. And like I even thought about that. I was gonna drink water on this show because I got thinking about it. I'm like, what is the difference between someone getting high on a show and me drinking a beer? Like, there's nothing. But this is my free time. And if somebody wants to spend their free time doing that, I'm not going to knock them. It's legal. Whatever, you know? And this is it. After this, when I get done and I drink these beers, I'm done. I'm going to go in the house. I'm going to actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut my beard.
Don't do it.
I
Here. So
I told
Thank
you,
you.
I'm going to cut it. It's getting too furry. And like, I already look, I've got the freaking body of a Sasquatch. Like, I don't need the beard of one.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Everyone's coming in. It's going to be a family get together on this. So this is the only beer that I drink now. And like I said, I've had these for a while. And they just recently came to Texas like within the last year. And I always loved them when I was on the East Coast, but you could never get them here.
Right.
It's not your Bud Light. That's true. That's Yingling. I love Yinglings. So I don't do this often, but cheers, brother.
You know, so what I'm going to have to do, and this is going to be hard for me because, you know, when I go to Arlington, I just have my backpack.
Right.
And obviously I can't take beer in my backpack. So I'm going to have to check a bag so I can bring you some of the Tortugo beer.
Yeah.
But, you know, I get it. I mean, I wish everybody could drink this beer and try it because it's so much different. Anything in life, when you guys go out, like I have a printer that my son has started his own printing company, and it's kind of tough because my kid's a teenager. He's doing teenager shit, poop that's annoying, and it's normal. But he's a straight A student. He's going to SDSU. He's amazing. At 16 and a half, he quit asking for money because he's come up with ways to work for all his own money. And so I sent him to my printer, and in my printer, we've struggled. Some of my shirts didn't turn out well, and he's helped me out. But he's local, and he's a good guy. He tries to help out, and this is why I tell everybody watching, like, excuse me. I'm telling you, the beer's good. The big names are cool. You can brag that you have something from the big names. Even like I said, like Puzzle, I got a ton of Puzzle. You want Puzzle, I'll sell you Puzzle. But like I said, Ricardo, I love that guy. I wouldn't tell you not to buy a Puzzle from him. More Pythons, that's who I've got some of my stuff that I love. There's a lot of small people out there just like yourselves that buy.
Hey, I'm taller than you. Wait, we're about the same height.
I think we are. I'm 6'1".
I'm 6 foot.
I'll let you wear taller shoes. I'll wear sandals.
I think I wore boots. I wore my combat boots last time I saw you, I think.
I
So
usually
like
wear
sandals
everywhere I go, but that's kind of like my
I wear
thing.
Crocs constantly now. Like the only reason, so I spent all day doing landscaping and trying to get our house ready to go. I'm slowly but surely gonna force the move up to the Arlington area or Fort Worth area or whatever you want to call it. So I'm slowly getting everything nice around the house again. I spent all day outside today, so I wore my combat boots again. But almost every day, regardless of what I'm doing, wear Crocs and nothing but Crocs. And I used to hate Crocs, and then my wife bought me a pair and put me in them, and they don't leave my feet now.
I can't. I don't know, man.
I hate the way they look. I think they're the goofiest looking shoe in the world, but they massage my feet all freaking day while I'm moving around and doing all the cleaning and all of that. And they're just comfy, man. It's like 2.5 inches of nothing but foam, and it just feels good. I don't care if I look like I belong in like the pen or something because of it, but
Okay,
they're just comfy shoes.
I'm gonna tell you, I got 2.5 inches that I would like massaged anytime. But I'm just saying, the whole Crocs.
There's still children present in this room,
and they did not get that at all. I got that one in.
Okay. Fair.
I don't know. I don't like my Crocs. I mean, I wear them. I finally got a pair.
I love them.
I got a pair with the fuzzy warm stuff.
They're ribbed. Oh, that's why.
No,
you gotta get the ribbed
ribbed.
for your
Really?
pleasure.
Do they have rib? Like,
yeah, my Crocs have ribs in the bottom of them.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder if I pull that fuzzy warm stuff out. If they gotta be ribbed in the bottom.
Oh, we're gonna get in so much trouble today.
Okay.
I hope mommy doesn't.
Okay, Crocs are good. If you like Crocs, you're Team John. If you don't like Crocs, you're Team Randy. I'm not saying that one of us is more masculine than the other, but I'm just saying that you take your pick. All right,
y'all. I am going to find something for these little rascals to do. I got to get them ready for bed. Randy, I love you, brother. I love everything you're about.
Man.
Keep being you. What would you like to leave these fine people with before I close out the show?
I already said it. I said in the beginning how you are just such a good, genuine person.
Do that. Don't do that.
And that's it. I mean, I love every minute I get a chance to talk to you. And like I said, it's the biggest thing is we met through animals, but most of our conversations aren't about animals. And that's what you want. Find real people. And I mean, this is your lives, people. Everything from this whole stupid recession to what's going on Instagram, everything else. Like, you guys control everything. You control 100%. If you wanted, you could knock the top 3 guys all the way down and put 2 or 3 new guys on top. Everyone who's the greatest social media and everything, you guys control it. The market, whether it's the price of the animals or if there's a recession, you control it. Don't listen to what other people want you to do and believe. Think for yourself. This is for you.
Absolutely. I love that. Y'all, if you want some puzzle, if you want some OFY, if you want some hetari, or just some amazing animals, or to have an amazing conversation, make sure you get to Randy. So I'm not going to lie. I've been very horrible about this lately. We were actually supposed to have a guest last weekend, and I looked at my wife, and I was like, I'm burnt out. I need a weekend. We're going to celebrate Mother's Day. We're going to do our thing. Come back rejuvenated. I hope you enjoyed this. That guest will be this coming week. So I hope you got some ideas from Randy. You figure what you really want to do. We'll talk about that guest here in a second. But I'm going to get the links down for all of Randy's stuff. If you haven't checked out the initial interview with him and you want to reminisce on Captain Underpants, hey, do me a favor. Make sure you go back and check that episode. I want to say it was like episode 4. We're at episode 60. I want to say it was episode 4. So make sure you go check that out. If you haven't listened to our entire setup of podcasts, hey, do me a favor, check those out. Randy, this one's for you, brother. I'll see you in the back room in a second.
Love you, man.
Love you. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed tonight. We're just getting back to being real. I'm really just kind of, I love meeting the people behind the brand, and Randy's a great example of doing that. He's always forefront. He's always just who he is, which I think we all should be. Let's have fun with this. Let's stay focused on our animals because that's what's important. That's what brought us together. If you make a friendship in this community, hey, all the better for it. Next week, we will have Patrick McKnight of Chimera. We're going to talk about partnerships. We're going to talk about how he's seen changes in this industry and how it's really influencing this industry, and kind of dive into different aspects that some of us might not always be looking at. Obviously, talking about that genetic testing. So if you want to check that out, hey, make sure you set your reminder. I'll get a link up sometime this week. Let's face it, it's probably not going to be up till next Friday when it comes out on a Saturday. But I appreciate it all, y'all. I love y'all. I hope you enjoyed this one. We out.